Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and we're going to be moving on to the next signature Arcana in the line, and changing over to the classic soundtrack. Well, let's do that first. That just seems like the easiest thing to do. Alright, so, what have we gone over so far? Inferno Beam, Flame Breath, Blazing Blitz, and Heroic Blaze. So today, why don't we go over Raging Inferno? The thing about this one is that it is a charge Arcana, so we need to be setting up for the idea that we need our opponents to be sitting still for a little bit. And about the easiest way to do that is to dance on their face with a cactus. I trust you'll see nothing wrong with this. Now, because this is a very strong multiple hit option, I think what we're going to do is we're going to set ourselves up with just a generalized critical hit build. There we go. So, base damage is 10 per hit, but we can clearly make off better than that when we score criticals, and I think that is going to be a good start. As for our dash, why don't we... Alright, we want to play Keep Away, so we're going to grab Thunderline. As for our basic, we will... there's few options that I really like, but since we're playing kind of like a mid to long range keep away, I think I want to do either Bolt Rail or Aqua Arc. I think I'm gonna try Aqua Arc just to go with something a little different. Actually, what is different for me lately? Because lately, I've really not been using Bolt Rail much. I don't know, I'm still gonna go with it. Alright, so now... Oh, perfect. Now, I have noticed that there are a few of you who are new to my channel. First of all, welcome. I appreciate you guys for stepping in and showing that you're interested in me and my silly shenanigans. I am going to be doing the Signature Arcana Spotlight series for a little while, and basically what that means is that I am going to be showing off a run with each of the different Signature Arcana, and I will be talking about them and their strengths and weaknesses. At least I'll be trying to. Now, the obvious strength of this one is exactly what you would expect it to be. It's got long range, it draws enemies into its vortex, and it scores multiple hits fairly readily. And that is its signature variant. Now, much like Inferno Beam, this is one of those that is really good, mostly because of its... I am gonna want this. But it's mostly good for use against regular enemies. Now, that having been said, its effect against bosses is a little subdued. This is one of those spells that I think can carry you just fine. And also, yes, what you just witnessed is exactly why I wanted to go here first, because those stupid Earth Knight's Mirror Shield will essentially make it so that I take damage from my own Raging Inferno instead of them. And I'm sure, as you can guess, I don't like that very much. But by now you can see how kind of see how this goes. The Raging Inferno, ow. Yeah, sorry about that. I was very much surprised by what was happening to me. And I don't know about any of these. Like, the Mercenary's Dagger is about the best thing I've got. There were no good damage up the well, Tesla Coil is kind of a damage increase. Alright, so we've got upgrade to Aqua Arc, upgrade to Thunderline. And then what? Like, I know fire is going to be resisted by both Zeal and Freya, so I kind of don't want to pick that up. Yeah, we're just gonna have to make do on that one. On the other hand, a little bit of a defensive buffer zone is nice. I am going to see if Wallet of Splendor will be a good carry, because maybe... I am also taking a lot of really silly damage. Like, I've been playing Spiritfall a bit lately, and I'm noticing the same thing there. I'm taking some really dumb damage that I don't need to be taking. I do like the Equestria Cap. Yeah, what the hell, we'll grab that now. The extra speed will assist quite a bit in positioning. Ice bursts are definitely helping. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing a lot here that I actually want. Aside from the upgrade to Prickly Ballet. And that I'm going to wait on until I know who our Red Portal vendor is, because I might want to give the non-upgraded version to Dr. Song, and then take the upgraded version. Now I just saw that it was Taffy, so yeah, it's not going to be happening. But maybe he'll be good for a good freebie. Not only that, but some extra money. That is not a good freebie, sir. I mean, I guess for what it's worth, it's not an awful freebie either. Come on, water cushion. You couldn't help a brother out. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this. Not a particularly big fan of Seekers, mostly because they don't add on to your signature gauge. Also, Zeal is going to resist wind, so yeah, screw it. I'll grab it. Alright, and I want to do the last couple of battle rooms just to make sure that we have as much money as we can get going into the next floor. Except that's a dead end. So, you know, real valuable use of my time there. Darkseid, you could have used the purple portal. Who cares? Okay, so it was one extra battle room, but it's still more money to carry into the next floor, so it's still worth it. I mean, I'll take it, but it's probably not going to get a lot of use. Alright, now we don't have to worry about our projectile attacks being used against us. Oh, pardon me. Sleepy boy. Not really, I'm just, you know. Alright, this is where we're going to start running into some issues, because the only things the game are giving me are things that aren't going to be very good against either Freya or Zeal. But yeah, so this is... Again, nothing but things that these two are going to resist. Okay, I'm trying not to be, like, super negative about this, but not giving me a lot of things I can really work with here, game. Alright, let's shift in my chair. And then I guess I'll grab that just because it is an extra 5% damage, so what the hell. Perfect. That's the sort of thing you want to see in a run, is just a complete and total miss. Hate these archers. Also, I'm kind of not caring much for Firewall because it's not actually keeping anything freaking out. A present for me? You're too kind. Fortunately, most of these presents aren't that great. But I suppose I can take that and that. Again, I'm not a big fan of either of those spells. Well, Glacial Cross is okay, but it's not going to work out super well against any of the enemies here. Like they're already resisting most of my damage. You know, though, those freebies will be useful here. Since I am going to be holding on to Voltaic Needle at the very least, so... So we will give her this. Prescription bottle, what does that do? Oh, okay. Okay, well... Since we're now kind of full up on stuff, let's just drop that. Probably not going to have a lot of use for it after this level. Like, I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to have a huge amount of use for those either, but who knows? I've seen stranger things happen. Like, honestly, I would rather have this. And yes, at this moment of time, that does kind of invalidate picking up the soccer cleats, but... you know. I'm hoping that we can use those for some other purpose. Sweet, more dead ends. It's perfect, I love it. Unfortunately, that means that we can't use them for any other purpose just yet. Okay, we definitely pick this up. And, you know, I could have given him the non-upgraded version of that, but I didn't think about it at the time. Let's go ahead and give him the Razor Petals and see if it gives us anything that's, you know, particularly interesting. This has been a very strange run. Like, they clearly want me to focus very heavily on fire and wind, and that's exactly what I'm trying not to use, because that's what Zeal is resisting. Like, seriously, game. Like, I feel like you're just trying to tick me off at this point. The unfortunate part about all of this is that you're also seeing... you're also seeing Raging Inferno at its weakest because just about everything is resisting its damage. So here's hoping that things start to look a little different. And haven't found any relics for sale yet. Would like to do that. Would also like to find an adorable mimic to give away some of these relics that I don't want. Alright, grab that. That's gonna be good for our Hunter's Satchel. Alright, I think we're good. Alright. And now we move on. I don't think that this is the last time you'll be seeing Prickly Ballet either. Anytime one of the signatures involves charging, we're going to be using something we're going to be using something to incite a lot of stun in order to really make sure we get our damage up. Flame fusion. Oh no, it's fusion flare. My brain is like making things up as I'm going along. But as much as I like that spell, I'm gonna leave it. I think we have plenty enough damaging spells as it is. Ow. Now, I want to point out that just because I've said that it's not super damaging against bosses, doesn't mean it's ineffective by any means. It just means that if you're looking to quickly wipe out bosses, there's probably going to be a better Arcana for your means. We'll actually probably be getting to those soon. It's also just a bit of a shame that I'm showing off fire-based Arcana, so they gave me all the things that resist fire. Oh, hello. Okay, so we now have ourselves a very good defensive Arcana in the form of the sturdy wooden easel. And that also opens the path for the Painter's Satchel. So hopefully a very good Arcana, well, not a very good Arcana, hopefully some very good offensive relics as well. Like, I would love to see the fiery paintbrush. Otherwise known as the Smithy's Hammer. Which brings up a good point. Do you think Zeal was raised by dwarves? Because she seems to really like smithing. God, no. I think that's enough for this floor, unless there's something really nice here. There isn't. Or really nice here. There isn't. Then we move on. And yeah, you all know how I feel about the Grand Summoner. Dude just clogs the room with all sorts of mooks and ads, and then just says, "All right, have fun. I'm gonna sit over here in the corner." Like, if you're gonna be a summoner, at least be a summoner like Rydia. She still gets in the action. She's got a whip. But lowers critical hit chance. That's such a catch-22. Like, you want to use this on a critical hit build. On the other hand, you really don't want to use this on a critical hit build because then you won't score critical hits. Oh, hey, anything good? Yes and no. But I am definitely looking at these. Yeah, really not much of a critical hit build, is it? I've got the Monocle, and that's about the only thing that's been upping my critical hit chance. Like, this probably would have been better off as a Hope or a Rule Robe run. You know, for all the assistance that I got in dealing critical hits. Thank you. You can't deny me passage forever. Why did you set up a firewall there, of all places? Like, you're punishing someone who's already on timeout just by putting it in the goddamn corner. Okay, so... admittedly, I kind of like this Cascading Blitz. And this sword. I'm gonna grab that. Y'all have seen what I've thought of Cascading Blitz a lot over the years. Now, one thing I've noticed about this particular enemy is that he seems to have one of the shortest stun times, so it's really hard to get combos off on Burst Mage. I have not noticed the same thing for some of the other sub-bosses, so... I don't know, it's just as soon as you come across Burst Mage, it's like, well, get in as much damage as you can. They call him Burst Mage because you need to hit him with burst damage. Oh, no, I get it. Perfect, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, Speedy McFirepants. Not seeing a lot of uses to Shock Nova. Actually, the sword might have been better just because it's so hard to use Cascading Blitz well against bosses. And remember, there's nothing wrong with partially charging these charge Arcana. Sometimes it's the best thing to do to keep yourself alive. Hey, you want to stop body blocking my spells, dickhead? Alright, last chance for anything useful, and we've got a couple things, actually. We've got the Happy Unicorn Disguise. Got that just because I want it. And... get rid of this and pick up this. All in all, not bad picks. Oh, I wish I would have found them sooner. I guess I could always do a second loop. Just not really feeling it with this build. Like, I'm gonna say this build isn't necessarily weak, but... but it could definitely have been better. And zip! Oh, hey, cushion flip-flops. Oh, okay. Walked myself into that trap. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was kind of desperate there. It was a very sloppy Sura fight, but it got the job done. So, how would I rate a Raging Inferno? It's pretty average. It looks cool, don't get me wrong. It's one of those things where if looks could kill, we'd all be dead right now. But is it one of those things that I think really stands out in a very crowded signature Arcana atmosphere? Not really. It's not necessarily bad, but it doesn't do a lot to make itself stand out either, and that's kind of the problem. So take it for what it is. It's very much middle of the pack material. So that having been said, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate you coming and spending some of your free time here with me today. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you may happen to be, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.